What up? What up? It's your man, Mr. Controversy. Did you miss me? And of course, I am not doing this by myself. First of all, welcome to the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. And I'm not doing this by myself. You see, I got my guy to the right of me, my guy, Rue. What up, bro?
What's going on? Making sure y'all can hear me, man. Nothing much. Another week, another day. Going. This sports life in the lounge. What's
Yeah,
going on with you, man?
and trying to catch all of these sports. Everything that's going on, man. You got MLB. I don't know if you've been paying attention to that. Well, I know you have, but I don't know if our listeners
Man,
are. But MLB.
who you talking to?
Then we got NFL's crazy, college football. I've even been catching some hockey, man. Then you got the NBA season that started last night. There's so much, man. It's like you got to pick and choose, man. Like I love the World Series. I love baseball. I love the time when it comes to sports, but I'm not gonna lie. Kind of can't wait till MLB season is over because I'm trying to decipher between should I watch a college football game or NBA season or NFL, or should I watch
Yeah,
this playoff? You know what I'm saying,
I
especially
think
if it's a
you.
good playoff game.
Yeah, I think you asked a question like that. Maybe like maybe been a few years ago. Like, would you rather
Yeah,
watch? Remember that? Would you rather watch like if it was a college football playoff on, or I think it was the playoff baseball, something like that, or the
which
NFL
one?
week or regular NFL regular week 10 Chiefs versus 49ers.
Yeah,
I think you and
hard, man.
G y'all watching NFL. I'm watching the playoffs,
Yeah,
man.
I'm not gonna lie. I'll be flipping back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's a real good NFL game, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard. But anyway, man. To you all who are watching, welcome to the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. We got a great show lined up for you, man. New beginnings. We have to talk about this James Harden situation, man. It was funny, Rue. I'm gonna let him know we were going to talk about James Harden, but as far as the fact that he hadn't shown up and what's his mean, what they're going to do, then all of a sudden this Joker show up. Now we kind of had to reprogram or rewrite, the hot topic, but still sticking with that. Then, man, we got to talk about college football, man. Your boy Caleb Williams look like he's dropping, bruh. Like, is this really hurting his stock or what? I mean, can you blame this on him? Or, I mean, then there was a lot of noise about the way he looked defeated after the game. I don't understand that part, but we'll get into that. We'll talk about that. Also, we are talking NFL, man. Look, your boy Ritter came through, right? He seemed like he was trying to lose the game, but I'm not really gonna blame that on him, Rue. I know you're a Falcons fan. I'll let you have the last say on that when we talk about it, but we got to talk about Ritter. Then also, man, Deshaun Watson. That's my guy. I'm rooting for him, but I'm not gonna lie, Rue. All of a sudden, I'm starting to look at his contract and just kind of wonder if this is the right thing. Did Cleveland mess up, or I know it's an injury, but we're gonna talk about that. Then we got to talk NBA season, man. Season started last night, so we're gonna talk about those games, but then talk about the games tonight and what we're looking for. A few players. So what we'll get into that. Then we got World Series. Rue, where's your Braves hat, man?
I'm repping them. I got the Braves. I got to wear the Hawks tonight.
Okay.
Tip off.
Right. I got you.
Repping
But yeah, we
them.
talking about the World Series and the hate that's going on in the World Series. People talking about I'm not watching it because of the teams. That don't make sense. I mean, it's the reason why they're here. You know what I'm saying? Not like they got lucky and played one team and that was it. That's the reason why they're here. Then we got Dr. Fowler coming on with Ask a Doc. So if you're a fantasy football fan or you have a fan of a team or a specific player that you want to get the injury report on, this is that segment. So we're going to have that. Then we got quick hit, stop it, what's on my mind. So please let your family and friends know. They can go to the 3-Point Conversion Facebook page and look at the show. Also on 3-Point Conversion YouTube channel, and we're by .com. So, yo, it's time for these quick hits. Let's get it. And Rue, we got to start off with, man, did you see the big news about Tyreek Hill? Tyreek didn't practice today due to a hip injury. And the crazy thing is they're saying that they asked Tua about it. They asked Jalen Waddle. And Waddle was like,
Mhm.
it's above my pay grade. You know, when Muggs starts saying that, you already know something's not right. Then they asked Tua, and Tua was like, I mean, it'd be a bummer or whatever, like whatever he used, said if we don't have him. But at the same time, we know we get him back sometime later down the road. That don't sound good, does it?
Nah, that didn't sound good.
Oh,
Yeah, I think he did hint at that though. He might have said too much.
yeah, because
I think it's a real possibility he's probably missed this Sunday against the Patriots. Probably a game they feel they can win without him. Uh believe did they already take their bye? They have a bye week coming up too if they haven't already took their bye. So they did.
no, they haven't.
Yeah, so it'll probably be best to rest them for a couple weeks. But I don't see him playing Sunday though.
But the crazy thing is we don't know about this. This injury just came out of nowhere. What's going on, wisdom with Will? We see you, bro. We don't know about this.
See you.
This you know this injury. It just came out of nowhere. Like I didn't see anything that happened Sunday night.
I saw him drop a pass that should have tied the game. You
Right.
know, other than that, nah,
Yeah.
it was a normal Tyreek. Other than that,
Right. That was the only thing I saw.
man,
Uh,
this dude that almost got 1,000 yards with through like week 8. You know, I think it's probably cool to rest him because he has like 300 more yards than the next receiver right now. You know,
right.
he's been working his ass off. So
Remember he said that he want to go ahead and get 2,000 yards. So we'll see what happens with that, man. Moving on now, Rue. Another injury that came out of nowhere. I wasn't paying attention and didn't know. San Francisco 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy is in concussion protocol. Did you know anything about this?
no, not till I saw the news this morning or this evening. I think it's sort of, is it going to be a downgrade? That's how I look at it now because Purdy, he hasn't done much the last 2 weeks, 2 losses, but he knows that system. Now you have Sam Darnold stepping up in a big game. We'll talk about it more. But no, I didn't know anything about concussion.
No, I didn't either, and that's what I'm saying. So the fact that all of a sudden this came up, and again, this Joker was. I mean, I hope they ain't trying to use this as an excuse because he he been playing bad, but we'll see what happens
See
with.
what we got, right?
Yeah. Moving on, Chris Olave. I don't know if you all missed this or seen this, but this was kind of snuck under everything that was going on in sports. But Chris Olave was arrested on Monday for reckless driving. He was clocked at 70 miles per hour in a 35 miles per hour zone. The funny thing is, he tried to, which I would have done too.
That ain't nothing.
Tried to say, nothing, but he tried to say, I play with the Dolphins, and I don't think that really worked out too well. So, but
Yeah, I saw it. The officer said, what is or so or so. He gave him a quick response like, Ninja, what? Okay.
right, and
Talk about.
yeah, that was
But it's only news because this is who he is. I mean,
right.
it's happening. Hey, it goes on every day, B.
Yep, that's what it is, man. Moving on, man. Remember, this used to be like,
I didn't see that last comment.
oh, this used to be the thing that used to be in. Miles Garrett, you don't hear a lot about it anymore, but Miles Garrett is now part of the Cleveland Cavaliers um, ownership. He has a small part in their ownership. So congrats, a minority. He's a minority owner for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So that's what's up, man. Shoot, the way he playing, man, he should be the minority. He should be a owner for the Cleveland Browns the way that Joker playing. Because right now, I don't know who. I think he's playing the best defensively right now. I know you have T.J. Watt is a beast, but I don't know between them two. It's one thing you can count on when it comes to football. Miles Garrett's going to come in and he's going to play great. That's it. You know, I don't care if he's swinging helmets or whatever, but he's going to play great no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So, but shout out to Miles. And then last but not least, a lot of people skipped over this, man. The Colorado Buffaloes land a top 4 ranked quarterback of the 2025 class, Mr. Antoine Hill Jr., which, rude, that's big, bro. Like, a lot of people saying, no, I don't think they're going to get recruits.
Again, or it will be worse.
If they would have got a top 8 quarterback, that would have been good for Colorado Buffaloes. But the fact they got a top 4 ranked quarterback, and you know, Alabama was looking at him, Georgia, and he went to Colorado.
Yeah. Now it's gonna be now 2 years before, if hopefully he doesn't decommit. It's
Right.
just verbal, so this happens all the time where guys say something and then retract on it. But if it's definitely a good look. I think, but I still think it's too far. Shador's there the rest of this year. Shador will be there next year. You still gonna have other recruits,
Right.
and stuff. So I don't think,
Well, I think that's good.
maybe not set in stone yet, but it's a good look.
But it's a good look. But
Just
then
an example was Deion, what Deion's doing.
right, and then the fact that now you'll bring, like you said, it's 2025. Shador's probably coming back, more likely coming back next year. Your other recruits for next year is going to be even better. Going to help your team. So now you get on a bigger stage, you win more, you look good. You'll have other kids following him. So we'll see. Have we seen somebody decommit from Deion?
I don't know, not yet. I mean, it's all this is his first recruiting class, so
No, even at Jackson State.
Because
remember, he has. I mean, Travis Hunter's a heavy.
Yeah. It was a receiver. He went when Deion became the coach. I want to say it was the guy, the Stanford receiver. No, Colorado State receiver. I don't know if you remember that guy.
Yeah.
He went to Colorado the year before.
Right.
They were saying that on the broadcast and all that, but I don't know if that's decommitted though.
That's not decommit though.
Yeah, that's transfers. I don't know.
So we'll see though. I mean, we'll see. But yo, that wraps up the quick hits, man. And we're gonna take a quick break, and we about to get into this, man. We about to have some fun and make some people mad, and disagree, and get at each other and all of that. But we'll be right back.
I'm Evander, the real deal Holyfield, and you are listening to 3 Point Conversion.
All right, bro. It is the hot topic, man, and it's hot. I mean, because it just came out today. Your boy James Harden came in with his bags packed like he was going on the road. And Philadelphia was like, "Oh, slow up, player. Like, we ain't even seen you practice or anything, So as everybody keep calling it the fat suit Harden, so they made him stay back and told him to stay back so he can get some workouts in and get in shape and all of that good stuff. But just everything, Rue. I'm gonna let you take the stab at it, bro. What goes through your mind, man? Like, what are you thinking when you hear about everything that happened so far?
Yeah, it's Harden. Anybody who on here know, I think Will was on here. He know, man. I vouch for Harden heavy. Tell him, Will, that's my guy. Always been my guy. But it comes to a point where it gets old. It's hard to co-sign him. He signed up for. I mean, I wouldn't say he signed up for it. It was a trade, but it was a mutually respectable trade from both sides. He was happy to land in Philly. But it comes to a point where it's not your first or second time doing this now. So it for such a good player, you don't it's player empowerment the whole way. But for such a good player, man, you as a fan of Harden, I kind of want to see him stick it out. I see that he wants to shuffle the deck, but it just comes to a point, man. His stance on it, I don't agree with it. if that's the question.
You don't agree with how Harden did it? Okay, it's just how he handled everything.
Yeah. But at this point, it's like I agree with him coming back. That's the reports we heard today. Sort of, because now he's going to force his way out in a way. You know what I mean? By coming back and playing, beast mode essentially, like Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here not to get fined.
Right.
But I don't like the whole thing though. So no, I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. I think he should, whatever him and Morey worked out. You got to know, 14 years in your career, you got to have better discernment. I mean, it's just a business at the end of the day, folks. This guy you work with, but whatever.
Yeah. The problem I have with that, and I understand, the problem I have with that is, if you're gonna stand on it. I'm not mad at him, but to me, where I think he messed up at is you you look like the selfish player when you come in the beginning of the season and say, I'm coming back right game day. You hadn't practiced. You came to practice one time, so you weren't getting fined. And then you hadn't shown up. You hadn't done anything. Yes, you got beef with the ownership. I get that. So if you're not going to play, all right, just don't play. Don't come in. But you come in right before a training camp. Now it looks like you're trying to show up not only the owner, which I get, but the team, bro, because they got to count on you too. I mean, people understand contract money. They get that. But when you all of a sudden, and I agree with you, AMJ, I agree with you. Like, you all of a sudden come in and be like, all right, you know what? It didn't work or whatever. All right, I'm going to come in and get my money. I'm just get this money and go bounce when you hadn't been with the team the whole time. It really, forget the contract. Now you're saying like you being selfish. You know what I'm saying? And now I don't know if he was in contact with some of the players or what have you. I know Nick Nurse said he reached out to him and so on, but I just think that's like, I think he messed up himself when he did that. As far as him and Morey, I don't know. I honestly think they probably can work it out. I mean, you know how it is. Once you start winning and now the elephant isn't so big in the room, next thing you know, you kind of speak. Look, you done been in a relationship before. You know how it is. You and your girl mad at each other. And then next thing you know, y'all don't say nothing. Whatever, y'all mad and all of that. 2 or 3 days go along. Y'all about to go on this trip. And all of a sudden, it's kind of like, y'all kind of get, hey, you might say something to her or whatever. And that kind of open up the door. Next thing you know, is now y'all good. So that could happen. But again, I don't like how he treated this. I think it was a better way to handle this with the coming back during the first day of opening day or whatever you want to call it for the NBA. You come back today with your bags packed like nothing happened. Like, nah, bro, you can't come. I would have told him to stay home. Like I wouldn't even told him to practice. Like, we good. You know what I'm saying? No,
and at this point, you can't have a star. It sucks for Joel Embiid, who's also a superstar in his own right. Has to deal with this again. Distractions. First, it was Ben Simmons. Seems like it's always been distractions while he's been in Philly. But you can't let James be poisoned. So that's why I mean when I said like now I feel like he's gonna get what he wants. They gotta trade him. You can't have that in the locker room. Because I don't think James Harden's gonna give in either at this point. And I think he's just gonna continue to be a distraction. He's he doesn't want to play for Philly. He said it. He said it in 2 different countries, 2 different continents. So I don't think he's playing it. I don't think he's playing around when he says he doesn't want to play. But that was a lot of money he was gonna have to I was gonna burn a hole in his wallet every game. I think it was almost $400,000 per game. You can't be missing that kind of money. So he's just here not to get fined. But I do think a trade is gonna happen sooner than later.
But you know what? Let me say this then. He did say, remember when he came in, he did say that he would play. He hinted that he would play for his team. He loved his team. He loved the coach and all of that. But he's still at odds with Morey. But we all know winning solves that, man, with everything. Winning solves that, Um, again, he might get a Morey might get a hey big head text if they're like 23 and 3. You know what I'm saying? He might get that. So, but my question is, let's say if he gets traded, kind of want to switch it. Rue, I don't know where you stand on this, but bro, I don't see how or why Clippers are like, no, we're not trading Terrence Mann.
I could tell you why. Because the Clippers feel like Terrence Mann is a prospect that they, that they brought up. Like Terrence Mann was the first draft pick under the Kawhi and the Paul George era. They sort of groomed him to where he's at now. And I just feel like they have certain ownership for Terrence Mann. They feel like Terrence Mann can get even better, sort of like Tyrese Maxey. And I think they see a lot of potential in Terrence Mann, but I would trade him in a heartbeat for James Harden. So I mean, but I just feel like that they have a sort of type of entitlement with Mann.
But what potential? I mean, because I know he's pretty good on defense.
Yeah, he fits right in to the system. Mann is a good player for them.
Yeah,
I mean, he started for them last year, most games, and they did excellent with him in the lineup.
He now okay. Now if you're saying, because this is the thing, if you're saying no, we're not trading Mann, we're good. We don't want Harden.
That's what they're saying.
No, look, we're good on Harden. Period. They're not saying that. They're saying like we're not trading Mann, but we'll give you Norman Powell. You know what I'm saying? Or
I don't know if they said Norman Powell now.
No, I'm just
like you can't say that. They just said they're not giving Mann.
For real, I'm just saying it was like we give you this, but we're not giving Mann. That's what they're saying.
And that's what they feel like they got a sense of entitlement with Mann.
So if this is the case,
second round pick too, by the way.
Right, but if this is the case though, that must mean that you're saying we're rolling with Russ, and if Harden comes in, Harden might come off the bench or something, which is fine. But again, if you're looking at what Harden, unless you're scared Harden's going to run the locker room, which I don't think Harden's never had a problem with the locker room. It's more of management. And true enough, he can have problems with management.
Like, yeah.
LA, but you talking about somebody's getting you 20.
Like I said, I would trade Harden for Mann.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't know if Clippers felt like Harden's gonna act up so bad, we're gonna be able to get him anyway. I don't get it. So let me end with this. If he gets traded, when do you think he gets traded? How long do you think it takes for him to get traded?
If he gets traded, I think it's this week. I think it's gonna be sooner than later. It's gonna be sooner than later. I think so. I don't think they're going, it could go maybe to.
Nah, I think you're right. I feel like it's going to get.
Yeah. I want the All-Star tournament, whatever. All-Star tournament.
Yeah.
Preseason tournament coming. I think they ain't going to let it fester. You don't want Embiid. Embiid's really the focal point. How does he feel about everything? It sucks for him, so.
Right. And honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like it might happen tomorrow or something.
Yeah.
Because the odd thing is, and this is me speculating. I hadn't heard anything like this, but all of a sudden Terrence Mann shows up on the injured list. He can't play tonight because of ankle or whatever. I don't know, man. That sounds sketchy right there.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah. And then they tell Harden, which makes sense, but they tell Harden don't roll with us, which, like I said, I get, because I would have done the same thing. Like, nah, dog, we good. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to. I don't know, man. I just think a trade is about to happen, because I feel like if they keep him past December, why would you trade him if he's producing? Because at this point, you're getting to the point where the team is gelling with him. You know what I'm saying? Because I said it before, and even without Harden, if they get the right piece, I feel like this is a championship team. I feel like with Nick Nurse coaching, they're going to the finals.
Mm.
So, I mean, again, I think if they keep him, they're going to the finals. If they don't keep him, I think they still go to the finals just because that's the way Nick Nurse is. I think when you look at, if you got the most dominating player in the East, I think he got Giannis by just a little bit as far as dominating. The only thing is, I mean, Giannis play all the games, but I'm saying dominating. I think Embiid has Giannis just by a little bit, barely, but still. And then he has help. I just felt like they have the best team, as far, and when you're talking about the coach as well, with experience and the players, the combination, I just think Philly, that's it. So whatever they do, they better hurry up. I know that.
Even better than Boston?
Yeah.
I don't.
Boston lost some pieces though, man. I mean, you get
They
Drew
gained some pieces.
Huh?
They gained some in return.
You get Drew
And Porzingis, I think that's big.
Porzingis is. I still don't think
He
Porzingis.
don't gotta do much. I think if he gets 15 and 8, that's all he needs.
Yeah. Okay.
17 and 8.
Do you feel like they lost too much when it comes to? Yes, you got scoring with Porzingis. You have, and I don't think scoring was a problem. I mean, when your boy not playing well, you did gain experience with Drew, defense, scoring, all of that. So, but
the front court defense is lacking though.
Yeah, you lose Williams.
Mm-hmm.
You lose your heartbeat and the point guard. I can't think of his name. You know what I'm talking about. They went to Memphis.
Smart. But I think with Smart, it's a lot of things you would take. A lot of gift and curses with Smart.
What's the curse?
He's not handling the ball. Like he's not handling the ball for 20 seconds.
But that's not a curse. I don't think that's a curse.
I think that was stopping him a little bit. I think that was hurting him.
But he wasn't your point guard. I mean, that's what I'm saying. He wasn't your point guard. I don't think it was hurting him. What hurt him was Tatum was hurt.
I think Drew's a better all around.
Drew's a better all around. No.
Perfect for that team too.
No,
and defensively.
Don't get me wrong. Drew's a better player. Hold on. Drew's a better player all around, like you said, with defense. Defense 101, but offense and experience. But what you don't get with Drew, what you will get with Smart is, like I said, a heartbeat. He's going to throw his body. You get the emotion. Boston, I mean, now Jaylen Brown ain't no punk, but outside of Jaylen Brown, and I'm not saying nobody's a punk, but I'm just saying Marcus Smart brought that attitude. He was going to get in your face, but he was going to dive for balls, take the charges, do all of that stuff, all the stuff that nobody else would do. That was your heartbeat. That was your energy booster. You know what I'm saying? You lose it. Then you lose Williams.
Well, Williams hardly played, so he played like 25% of the time he was there. But Smart, I think you had to change something, and he was the one that had to go. Jaylen Brown and Tatum, I don't think it's their time to go yet or split, but I think I like what they got in return. I mean, I know they lose Brogdon too, who couldn't stay healthy while he was there.
Yeah, you lose, what's his name, Grant?
Yeah.
The way he thought he was, that joker just swore he was cold, but he could shoot the three. He played defense and he gave you spunk as well. So you lose that. I mean, I just felt like, because Jalen is cool. I mean, if you mess with Jalen will get he's ready to fight. But other than that, Jalen is cool, whatever. So, but we'll see, man. But look, we're gonna take a quick break, bruh, and we're gonna be back to get in this football, man. Y'all, we'll be right back.
It's Kalen DeLoach, linebacker.
This is Tyler Van Dyke. I play quarterback for the University of Miami.
What's going on? This is Shador Sanders. You're here listening to the 3-Point Conversion.
All right, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Rue, man, what you watching, man? Because you all in your phone, dog.
Oh no, I'm just getting my stuff ready. My little
ready?
notes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say because I thought you was watching the game.
I got the game on the TV though, straight ahead.
What's the score with the Hawks, real quick?
Oh, I'm watching the Celtics.
No, you good? You
I
good?
just switched it, but the Hawks was winning last time I saw. I'll tell you in a second.
So while you doing that, what is your nosy neighbor watch? We're talking college football. What is your nosy neighbor watch for this week?
Yeah, man. It's sort of different than usual, man. I'm looking all around today, or Saturday, bro. It's getting to a point where I'm looking all around college football. I'm being nosy on every single campus, everywhere from here to Seattle, Washington, from San Diego State to Maine. But I'm looking in the SEC nation though, mostly though. But I'm looking everywhere. Like I just want to ask y'all. Like I'm just nosy at this point. It's getting to a point where how does it feel? Every week y'all been seeing Georgia number one. You know, Georgia's been number one for a long time now. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know how people like don't think like this matchup this weekend in Florida isn't going to be unlike it is all the time against all the other SEC opponents we face, against every single opponent we face. Georgia's going to win, and they're going to win handily. I know they struggled a little bit in the beginning, but man, is this feeling like USC back in the day? How I used to look at things, like is Georgia just a big G? Like I don't know, man, because I think I'm getting a little too like. It's no competition, bro. It's getting kind of lame out here.
Well, I still think y'all hadn't.
I don't want to hear that.
I don't think y'all.
That goes for you too. I'm in your yard too. Georgia has been dominant. I mean, Georgia.
I don't think they've been dominant. I mean, they've been beating.
They haven't been dominant. I will say that certain games they haven't been dominant.
But what I'm saying is they haven't played.
But that's the same excuse. Every single thing.
I know you ain't even heard what I was gonna say. They haven't played nobody up to their match yet. I'm saying. So I agree. They should be the way they're doing right now. You're right. I mean, you're not number one for anything. You didn't win the championship last 2 years for nothing. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is we hadn't seen them play their match.
That's my question. What's y'all thing?
Yeah, they haven't played their match yet. That's all I'm saying.
Their match.
Who they
2021 people said it was Michigan. We beat them by 20.
No, I'm talking the SEC. I don't think they played.
There's nobody in the SEC who can mess with Georgia. Nobody. And y'all about to see it over the next 3 weeks, the world.
Because to me, I think
nobody can funk with Georgia in the SEC.
I think this is a game that this Florida game is because it's a rivalry, so it's gonna be more emotion in this. But besides Florida, who is a big game? Tennessee?
We got Ole Miss in 2 weeks. We got Missouri. We go over a stretch. Missouri's 5-1. So we got a stretch of Florida, Missouri, Ole Miss, and Tennessee over the next 4 weeks. But I just want y'all to get prepared. And we're about to do it without our best player. But so what I'm here and Brock Bowers. So I'm telling y'all now, that goes for everybody. I don't want to hear y'all ain't face nobody. This Georgia's just dominant. It's getting to the point like USC back in the day where you can't. Hey, you hate it or love it. The under, you know what I'm saying? We on top, man. The big dogs on top, man.
I just think that
what's the excuse now?
They hadn't played to their match. And until they do, you're gonna see this. Like it's not gonna happen until, depending on who they play.
25 straight wins.
It's not gonna happen until they play in the SEC turn in the final. I mean, the SEC championship. Then that's when I'm like, okay, this is what I judge Georgia to see where they are. You know, because I think they're better than, like you said, I think they're better than everybody in the SEC. Besides, I think Alabama's the only team right now. Like always. I mean, even with Alabama right now, yes, they have a loss, but Alabama they reached that stride. They're better than everybody in the SEC.
And it's a big game for them Saturday. They play LSU. I think the winner of that game is going to be in the SEC championship against us.
I don't see them playing. They don't play this week.
Oh, the next few weeks. Alabama, LSU.
Okay. So, but that's what I'm saying.
We just gonna dog walk whoever in the SEC championship. Then we're gonna hear, then it's gonna be the playoffs. I think maybe the playoffs, but I don't think the SEC could funk with us. Nobody.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I said you arguing. I'm saying they hadn't played up to their match yet. I don't think there's nobody in the SEC except for Alabama. And same way with Alabama. Even though they lost one, I don't think no one.
Honestly, don't think it's nobody. I honestly don't.
I think Alabama get y'all right now, or not even get y'all. They can play y'all tough.
I don't think Michigan can. Nobody, because I'm telling y'all, JJ McCarthy. Everybody who's thinking he can. Come on, man. It's the same guy we beat by 20 a few years ago. Like,
okay,
nothing's changed. The dogs on top. So that's what I'm in. I'm just being nosy.
Me, I'm more so nosy of, I guess, a better conference, the Big 12. Nosy of a few teams. I'm nosy. I'm peeking over there at the USC game because I want to see if what's going on with USC, man. Like, is USC really going down like this? Like, and not just that, because I've said they're not a good team right now. But with Caleb, like, I don't know if his stock is going down or what. Maybe some NFL teams are happy because they're saying maybe some teams won't mess with him, but I don't even think that affects them, affects his status as far as the draft. We don't know. We'll get into that. But then I'm being nosy with this Oregon-Utah game. Oregon should beat Utah, but Utah, they battle. They love to battle, and Oregon came out slow again last week. So against Arizona, was it Arizona State? Against Arizona State. So I'm just being nosy to see what happens. I'm looking at Colorado. Like, to me, the most intriguing conference is the Big 12 because right now you can't predict anything. You see how Washington came in and but played Oregon great, right? But then all of a sudden they come back and they almost lose. Last week, no touchdowns. So that's what I'm being nosy with, man. I got my wife, my sister, my children. They all got binoculars. We all looking and just to see what's going on. And I did mention Caleb Williams. I'm gonna ask you, with everything that's going on, do you think his stock is dropping? We know the Heisman is a wrap, but not a wrap, but it's dropping. But do you think his stock is dropping right now?
Absolutely not. Not for the league. Oh, he's undisputed number one pick, and he can lose every game. Well, no, I can't say that. I'm not gonna over exaggerate it. He can't lose every game, but he's undisputed number one pick by far.
By far.
Yeah, I don't think it's not dropping. Not for the NFL.
Well, the only reason I say that because everybody's trying to make a big deal, and I don't know if they're trying to hurt this guy's chances or whatever, but the way he's slumping down, like, first of all, I understand, bro. If I would have lost a game like that, I would have been sick too. He was sick. I don't know if you watch him because everybody's like, he didn't shake their hands. He was sick. You saw it in his face. I thought he was about to cry. Like, I was watching on my wife. I told her, I was like, oh, he gonna cry when he get in the car. Cause you could just tell, bro, the way he was looking, he was stunned, But that's good because that means you got a quarterback that cares. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, oh well, I'm going to the league anyway. So no, he wants to win, So I thought that was a good deal for him. Now, when we talk about winning and Heisman, who do you have right now in the lead for the Heisman?
Oh man, so with Michael Penix,
because
underperformance last,
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. I was agreeing. Yeah, he had a bad game. Go ahead.
Yeah, but his underperformance last week, I think he's still number one. I would say he's still number one, but it's getting closer. I believe Jaden Daniels from LSU is gaining traction. If he can get it done, I'm looking forward to his LSU matchup because I really think he's like a sleeper right now, and also Jordan Travis. If he can, win out the ACC and do his thing, those two, I think it's two to watch.
Yeah,
Jaden Daniels' numbers is kind of crazy, like really crazy.
I think everybody's sleeping on his numbers, man. Sleeping on what he's doing. I mean, because he looked good the first game, and he's just been rolling. Ab said that he don't think Caleb is coming out the year. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I believe so.
I don't understand why he would. Why would? That's a good question. Why would it be a reason for him to stay in? unless he didn't want to go to a particular team. That's the only thing I can think of. Because right now, you the number one pick, you can hurt your chances.
Yeah, and plus the USC is going to be in the Big Ten next year. That's harder competition than what he's playing now, and that's going to definitely hurt his stock with a couple L's in Columbus and Ann Arbor. So I went funk with it.
Right. So let me ask you this. Hold on. Ab said, you know why the Bears? We not taking him? Well, I don't know why y'all think we gonna trade that pick. Even if he didn't feel like Fields was the answer, my GM from the streets. He trading that pick. He's not. He getting picks up on pass. All he does. So yeah, we're not picking him. So yeah, we're not worried about him. But before we go, let me ask you, Georgia, Florida, you talked about it. What's the bigger rivalry, Georgia, Florida, LSU, and Alabama?
Oh, definitely. Oh, that's hard, man. But of course, watching this rivalry so long, I'm gonna go Georgia, Florida, the cocktail party in Jacksonville. Yeah, I'm gonna go that one. But LSU, Alabama, it's different. It's different too. Of course, Saban's history with both teams. At night in LSU, I think this is the last CBS game too. In a couple weeks, SEC game at it's actually a CBS game gonna be at 7:00. But CBS is going to the Big Ten next year. So it's a big one. It's a big one. But I think Georgia, Florida.
I think LSU, because to me, LSU and Georgia, LSU and Florida, LSU and Alabama, reminds me of Duke and North Carolina. Only reason why I say this is because no matter who looks bad or whatever, they play each other well. They always play each other well, always competing. Georgia, Florida, I think more so they hate each other. Georgia, Florida remind me of Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens rivalry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the game where your coach will allow you to, okay, you get a personal foul, I ain't mad at you.
Definitely.
You get a flag for taunting, go ahead. I'm not mad at you. Like this is that game where they scored, you'll see the camera get on the coach and he'll spit with an attitude. Like he upset. But is there any chance? I know you talk about the best. I know you are. I shouldn't even ask you this. I'll speak on it because you're not gonna give me a straight up answer. I think it's a chance Florida can compete with Georgia. You know why? Just because of the rivalry. This is why I was saying earlier. That's the only team in the SEC right now besides Alabama that has more incentive to beat Georgia, except for just we want to beat them, with this our opponent. They hate Georgia. So what's the best thing they can do? Mess up their chances. Screw them up. You know what I'm saying? That's the best thing they can do. So that's why I feel like, and hate comes with it, I feel like Florida has the best chance than any other team in the SEC besides Alabama to beat you all. Now, will they do it? I'm not saying they will, but I just felt like this is the best chance right here to do it because they're gonna have passion behind it. It's gonna be more than just let's do it so we could.
Thank you, Al.
No, but so we could just our opponent. But you didn't get what he said though. He said Ab said.
Yeah, I saw him on that schedule. That's the key word, y'all. And I wish that my nosy neighbor was for everybody, with him, like him. So I'm not going to explain myself again.
All right, look, we're gonna take it. We go. We're gonna move on, man. Let's just move on, bro. It's time for that. What's on my mind segment, man. This is the time where we get to speak on what's on our mind, talk about that. I guess you could call it anything that's bothering us, we don't like, we do like, cracks us up, just whatever it is, man. Just that, let me get this off my chest, man. I'll go first, and I know I'm probably make some people upset, mad, but this is what's on my mind. I'm not It's not catered to you all. This is what's on my mind. I've talked about this before, and I'm not going to take forever to do it, but watching the game, I was watching the game yesterday, right? And I was watching
y'all.
I was watching Denver. I was
crazy.
watching Denver and Denver
Don't
and
take out what's on my mind.
No, it's not. It's not. But watching Denver and LA, I'm not gonna lie.
You can talk about the crowd, are you?
No, let me finish, bro. Let me do what's on my mind. No, I got you. So what's on my mind? Denver, I love watching them play because Denver, the ball's moving around, they passing it, everything, right? LA, when LeBron was in the game and when he was driving to the hole, AD was on a post. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. They were, trying to get better, had to shoot threes, cool. The Golden State Phoenix game, I turned to it, and usually Phoenix is not like this, but I was watching it, and for like a 7-minute straight, 6-minute stretch, all I saw was threes being shot. I cannot take it. I'm gonna say it again. It is hard to watch basketball at this point. And the only reason I say that, and I don't get mad at Golden State because Golden State, usually they take threes that make sense. You know what I'm saying? That's their offense, but it makes sense. It's not no one just, as soon as we get it, we just firing it up. No, it makes sense. It's an open shot or what have you. Phoenix, it was some shots where guys was just shooting threes, just chucking it up. And I'm not talking about in rhythm either. I guarantee you turn game today, Rule, all you're going to see is first half, you're going to see 60. I promise you're going to see about 63s. Mm-hmm. Literally, I'm not even exaggerating. 63s, you might see, at least you'll see 43s combined by both teams. People say the game is evolving. I don't see how that is evolving. I don't. Taking bad shots is not evolving. Again, I have no problem with I'm driving to the hole, I kick, you shoot the three, wide open. Nothing wrong with that. But I'm tired of I get the ball and I'm gonna just shoot it because I have the ball in my hand. Or somebody come down, the point guard come down, or whoever, and everybody, you got one on each corner and the other one's on the wings, but behind the 3-point line. And it's 1-on-1, then you do a pick and roll. That's not basketball. That's not basketball, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, because of threes, when somebody shoot a 3-pointer, no one's crashing the board. Everybody backs up and goes to the defensive side. So basketball was a game I loved, right? I love it. But when I fell in love with this game, it was the movement, the blocking out, fighting, jostling for rebounds, playing defense, all of that. And it's Rule at this point, it's like I'm watching a 3-point contest with no defense. Again, Golden State, I'm not mad at. And usually Phoenix, when Bradley Beal comes back, usually they play well. Like Phoenix don't take just horrible shots. But the rest of the squad, and I could give credit to LA and Denver as well, but everyone else, when it comes to this Rule, all you're going to see is when you have coaches talking about what my power forward to shoot more threes, what in the hell? So all I got to say is, again, I just missed the game that I grew up in love. I know stuff changes. I know things change. I get it. But, Rule, I just wish I could bring a little bit back of the game I love. What was ball movement, defense, certain plays, or whatever. You don't see that, and that's what's on my mind, man. That's what's on my mind. Real quick, Ab said, "How do you think Phoenix and Golden State is going to win?" Like I said, I mean, I'm not mad at Golden State because they do it the right way. But you got teams shooting 45 threes and they're not 3-point shooters. I can't get it. I don't get that. And then he says movement with MJ. MJ played in an offense where they had the most movement. I think come on, Ab, you should know better than that, dog. AMJ says the NBA got soft. I agree, bro. I agree. I hate to say it, and I cover it, but I just miss. It's hard to watch basketball, but I digress. I'm gonna go ahead. It's on you, Ab. Ab. I'm sorry. It's on you, Rue.
Yeah, man. Mine's a little, quicker than that, man. You missed what's on my mind. I'm gonna try to make it as detailed as that, but bro, now what's on my mind is just I was watching that game like you last night, watching Denver, and it's just something about them, man. It's just something about. I know they're the champions. But I don't know how they get it done with this 7-man rotation, dog. It's like I just don't know. Like I know it's Jokic. And Murray. I just want to see how attainable was last year. And they wearing it. You see the crowd. I think they're just gonna have a different target on their back this year. I think a lot of guys around the league are gonna, comfort, what Jokic is. Jokic, his spot. And I don't what we seen them do to the Lakers, I don't know if that's gonna happen on a night in, night out basis, sort of like it did last year. It's just something about this team that's I don't know. Maybe because it's not strength in numbers. Yeah, I know their guards dominate, but even though they're champions, I'm just not a believer. I'm saying it. Rue's saying it. I believed in it last year. I don't know if they can do it again. I don't know. What I'm saying is I don't believe they can be as good as they were last year ever again. I don't know. I feel like they're still missing something. It feels like when they go to the second unit, it's led by Christian Braun. Last year it was led by Green. They lost Brucey Brown. My guy Malone like to say. I just feel like if MPJ is not giving you 12 and 12 like he did last night, who else you getting it out of? I know you're gonna get it out of Jokic and Murray, but I don't know. That's just what's on my mind. I don't know if anybody else feels like that. Like it's just something that's still missing from this team. But I don't think the Nuggets is gonna, repeat it.
I'm sorry, bro. I gotta disagree with you. Only reason why I say that is because I understand where you're coming from, but the players that plays and that comes in and play,
I saw they trying to play Reggie Jackson a little bit now.
Yeah,
Reggie.
I have to, which is good. But those players have to play. Not have to play, but those players play. They know how to play. Like Braun, you mentioned Braun. That dude know basketball. You could tell he knows how to play basketball. When you go as a rebound, he's so technically sound, going up for the rebound, going back up, using, pivot and all of that. But, bro, this is usually what happens. When you have a team and you have the best player on your team, that's going to get you far. The best player in the NBA, that's going to get you far, right? And it gets you to probably the conference finals, I say. But then when you got people to compliment you and y'all know how to play together, that's the only thing that's going to get why I feel like they can't be beat, because there's no other combo.
You think they can be beat?
That they can't be beat. I'm sorry, they can't be beat. It's no other two-man combo right now that has the that chemistry that they do. It's no other two. You might have
right now. That's true. as the season goes on, I think those combos are going to start getting better and better.
No,
and
they
better.
will, but they won't. They still won't have better chemistry. Again, I'm saying if I'm Murray, I know where Jokic is going to be. If I'm Joker, I know where Murray's going to like. It reminds me of Stockton and Malone. The only difference is they weren't the best players, or Malone wasn't the best player in the NBA. But that's why Pippen and Jordan was so they knew each other. I mean, you had a best player, but you had Pippen. You knew where he was going to be. I mean, it's always like that. If you got the best player in the league and y'all know each other, and you got chemistry with the other player, another player that's real good too, or top 10, whatever. Lakers, San Antonio, it shows. That's all I'm saying. And I just felt like that's the reason why it's gonna be hard to beat Denver, man.
Do you still feel like they're underdogs, or do you feel like they're the favorites?
Denver?
Yeah,
I don't feel like they're underdogs.
I still feel like they're underdogs, and just to come out the West, be like, I still feel like they're underdogs, and I know they probably. I don't know the odds on the West. I still feel like they're underdogs, man. I don't know. Maybe that's how I'm looking at them, bro. Yeah.
Well, I don't get this. Why you feel like they're underdogs?
No, I'm just saying. I've just maybe not underdogs. Well, I still feel like as they're wearing that underdog on them. What I'm trying to say, like they feel like nobody's respecting them. But I also look at them like that. They're not gaining. They won a championship. What I'm trying to say is I don't know if we're gonna see the same Denver we saw from last year. Yeah.
Now you're right. They lost Bruce Brown. I'm not Bruce Brown, but yeah, Bruce Brown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you lost Bruce Brown.
And they didn't really get anybody.
That was a big loss. But
they got this kid, this rookie though. I heard is going off. Can't think of his name right now.
I just think Braun's gotten better. He's going to get better. Did you see that dunk he tried to do? On Christian Wood?
I see it.
Came up, and Christian Wood jumped, came under him, and still tried to dunk with two hands and barely missed it. He got fouled, but it was ridiculous.
Man.
Either or, but yeah. So, hey, but that's, like you said, that's on your mind, man. We'll see what happens. You know how I feel. Like I said, that's why I feel like it's another reason why I feel like Denver's going to be there, because they're the only ones. There's not too many that plays basketball like they do. Plays the right way, people constantly moving. So besides Golden State, so yeah, so I that's why I got them as a favorite. But hey, man, that's what it is, though, bro. So look, man, we gonna take a quick break, man, and we gonna be back for the Stop It segment. Don't go anywhere.
My name is George Iceman Gervin.
This is Dylan Brooks. What's up? This is Vince Carter. You're listening to the 3-Point Conversion. Check it out.
Hey, it is time for the most infamous, the most famous Stop It segment. Let's get it. My Stop It goes to Giannis, bro. I can't believe Giannis said this. And Giannis don't never be on the Stop It.
Freaky time?
Huh?
Freaky time?
Who said, where did it come from?
Nah, Dame came in.
Dame said that, yeah, because they was calling Dame Freaky Time. That was
the duo nickname.
Yeah, that was a Stop It too. But
that was a pause if we was on Mace Them show.
Yeah, definitely. But look, my Stop It goes to Giannis. Giannis just signed the 1.5 year deal for 186 mil. No, 3 years for 186? And Giannis says, basically, I literally didn't, when I signed the contract, I didn't know the value of the new contract. I just signed it because I want to be here. Hey, y'all, say that one more time. He said he didn't know, I didn't know the value of the contract when I signed it. I just signed it because I want to be here. Stop it.
Yeah,
Stop it.
That's
come on,
man.
dog. Come on. Really?
That's scary. That's a little too humble. He kept it a little too humble right there.
You don't know that big of a. You just want to. Okay. All right.
Like we know you a low maintenance dude.
Right. But
Like that low maintenance,
come
You know
on.
what I'm saying?
Come on. Go ahead. What you got?
Low on your ends. Now my stop it goes out to mainly Bryce Harper, man. Really the whole Philadelphia Phillies organization, man. Really their lineup, the hitting lineup. 1 for 26. Him, Bryce Harper, JT Realmuto, Trey Turner, and Kyle Schwarber. And Nick Castellanos in the 2 games, game 6 and game 7. Payroll is like 800 million between those guys. Combine them, man. You get a huge stop it. To do what they did at the house. I mean, I know come on, Braves fan. I love to see it. But I thought I mainly goes out to Bryce Harper because I think he wears this persona. He wears this villain type character persona on him. He comes to the game dressed in all black like it's a funeral. Like you didn't show up, but you didn't show up. And so yeah, they get my stop it for that. 1 to 26.
Stop it.
From the top guys, game 6 and 7.
Yeah, that's 1 for 26. Jeez.
Those 5 guys.
OJ almost got to stop it. OJ came out and if I can find it, man. He said, what did OJ say? I can't find it. But he came out and said something. OJ always got something to say. I can't find it. But like always, he was talking about the Will and Jada situation. Speaking of that, I know we talking. I know sport. Oh, here you go. Oh no, he was talking about. He said OJ said it was a turn on. See, this is Let me get my stopping button ready. OJ said it was a turn on watching Taylor Swift and Brittany Mahomes do that viral shake at the.
Stop it. Stop it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Stop it.
Juice got no filter.
But
that's funny. That was some them that Juice. Hey, Juice is. Did he say that on the show? He said that live.
Was this? I think so. This was
probably so. That's pretty funny right there.
Come on, Juice. You can't say that, dog.
Hey, I'm not trying to be all, I'm
gonna tell the truth. We're gonna tell the truth.
Thank you. You do it for me. Do it for me.
After what you did, black man in America, or what you was accused of, white lady in the early mid 90s, early 90s when it happened, and you have the nerve to come out and just talk about it. And she was younger than you, and then you got nerve to talk about these white women, dog.
That ain't coming from, that ain't come from the best.
Oh, it's coming from OJ, dog. You can't say that, OJ. Come on, bro. OJ has no filter since he came out, dog. I don't know who told him. Maybe I guess he was like, shoot, since I done been locked up in prison.
Right.
There's nothing y'all could do to me.
He done lived 9 lives. Literally. I said he done lived 9 lives, literally.
Yeah, like, come on, man. You can't he didn't say he agreed to that, but he was AMJ was laughing. You ain't gonna be able to see it on here, but he cracking up like, yeah, dog, you can't say that, OJ. Come on, man. That's good old OJ, dog. OJ like that uncle that come to your, like y'all have like a family reunion or you had that birthday party, he gonna say something off the chain. Somebody bring a lady over or something, he gonna say something off the chain or something.
Can't bring him around Unc.
Can't bring him around Unc, man. Golly. Anyway, it's crazy. All right, y'all. We're gonna take a quick break, man. And with this break, I want y'all to check this Power 5. This is the 3-point conversions
Whew.
top 5 of the power rankings by Ab Stanley, man. We'll be right back.
This is Ab Stanley with the look inside the 3-point conversions NFL power rankings heading into Week 8. Number 1 on the list is the Philadelphia Eagles at 6-1. The vaunted Eagles offensive line manhandled the Miami Dolphins all night on Sunday night. They converted 4 first downs with 1 yard to go, using their brotherly shove play, completely blowing the Dolphins off the line. Number 2 is the Kansas City Chiefs at 6-1. The Chiefs broke the 30-point mark for only the second time this season. They're averaging 25.4 points per game. Number 3 is the Baltimore Ravens at 5-2. The Ravens have won 2 in a row, outscoring their opponents 62-22. They've only allowed 2 teams to break the 20-point mark in a game this season. Number 4 is the Jacksonville Jaguars, sitting at 5-2. The Jaguars have now forced a league-high 16 turnovers. They forced 10 turnovers during their current 4-game winning streak. Rounding off the top 5 is the San Francisco 49ers, sitting at 5-2. San Francisco has lost 2 in a row, and they've scored 17 points in each of those losses. They've been outscored by a total of 7 points during this stretch. The biggest jump this week, the Minnesota Vikings going from number 25 to number 17. The Vikings look like a potential playoff contender after going 0-3 to start the season. They're looking very dangerous even without star wide receiver Justin Jefferson. Again, this is a look inside the 3-point conversion power rankings for the NFL going into Week 8. You can check out the full power rankings at the3pointconversion.com. And you can also check me out, Ab Stanley, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Good night.
All right, we are back inside the 3-point conversion sports lounge. Good job, Ab. I agree with all of that. Well, only thing I didn't agree with, I would say I would want Miami over the Jags because I felt like the teams that they lost to were, I mean, it made sense, especially losing to the Eagles. But I'm not mad at Jags, man. I think Jags making they're gonna be 11-5, well 11-6. I got to win at least 11 games this year. So yeah. So good stuff, Ab. So, speaking of NFL, man, Mr. Atlanta Falcons, Atlanta had a big game. They won. But you tell me, Desmond Ridder brought him back. He fumbled. Did he fumble twice? 3 times?
Yep, 3 times. 2 at the goal line.
Yeah, had a
At
chance.
the 1-yard line.
Had a chance to bring him back. The last one he fumbled. Tampa Bay, because Mayfield went up them with the interception, and then he fumbled. But then Mayfield came back and they scored. I mean, Mayfield scored a field goal, but Falcons came back, drove the length of the field, kicked the game-winning field goal. So, what I want to ask you is, do you still trust Ridder? Because I'm not gonna lie, that last fumble wasn't his fault. I don't put that on Ridder. I mean, but if you fumble, you fumble. But I don't put that solely on Ridder. I think that was a great defensive play. But go ahead, Mr. Falcon. Are you starting?
What was the question? Do I trust Ridder? Should I trust Ridder at this point?
You trusting him more?
Yeah. So this is the thing. I trust him as the quarterback for 2023 season. That's why I trust him as far as this season is. I do think he's earned the right to be the starter for the rest of the season. I remember a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I was talking about Tyler Heineke. But the thing is, we've won in spite of Ridder. And I think that's a good thing in his case. Because I think for him, I don't think it's going to be this bad. I think it's probably the worst it's going to be for him. The 3 interceptions in a game, 2 coming at 5 minutes to go in the game. The 3 fumbles, 2 at the 1-yard line. And still won the game. I really think it's going this is the worst it's gonna get for Desmond Ridder, but the Falcons are still winning in spite of him. And I think that gives not only us as fans confidence, but Ridder confidence. And one thing I would say about Ridder is he has been making some tough throws, and he's been getting our key players, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, in the game. Unlike Mariota, I know it's Mariota. Unlike Mariota ever did last year, unlike Ridder did a few games to start the season, he's been getting guys involved. He's been having crisp passes at the perfect timing. The Kyle Pitts 40-yard pass to seal the game for Koo was a perfect example. A couple weeks ago, Ridder went down the field against Texans when CJ Stroud thought he, won the game. But I don't know if he thought, but he left too much time, evidently, for Ridder, because that drive was magnificent. And he went like 5 for 5 to get us down the field and set Koo up again. All targets to Kyle Pitts and Drake London. So I think he's building something. They're building something. So yeah. 4-1 record at the house. That's where I stand with Ridder as far as this season.
See, I look at it differently. Maybe because I'm not a fan, so I could definitely understand where you come from. That's your team. That's who you watch. That's who you have passion for. But I think my thing with Ridder, when I look at Ridder, I look at it like this. He's young. You got to give him time. Give him time. Like, just when he come in to start last year, the last 3-4 games?
4 games, week 14 or 13.
He's still learning. Yeah, got different players. You got to go through this maturation. It ain't going. Again, I'm not comparing him to this guy, but Peyton came in threw 28 touchdowns, but he threw 28 interceptions too. Or 27, I think. It was 28. One of them. Either or. I mean, that happens. You're going to make mistakes. Even when Brady came back, his second season after starting and going to the Super Bowl, they were struggling. I mean, he's got to go through this. You got certain quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes is just, you're going to have that one side of. You ain't going to see that much. I mean, the way Stroud is playing, you don't see that as much. Even Russ when he first came in. But my thing is, you got to give him time. Let him play. Let him learn the NFL. Play a season. I just feel like a lot of people are ready to rush these quarterbacks and so on, and it's like it's not time yet. You know what I'm saying? I think we should just hold off. As a matter of fact, like Ab was saying, y'all not signing Fields and the Bears. Oh my God, the Bears fans get on my nerves. Everybody talking about badging. They should start badging over Fields from here on. For what? He didn't do. All he did was play a backup role, and he did good. He dinked dunk. He did what he's supposed to do. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But this notion of Fields not it, whatever, you can't be it when no one's blocking for you. You know what I'm saying? You can't be it. You still got to mess up. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. That's how it happens. So with Ridder, give him this full season, see what he does. Let's wait to see because does he look like he's getting better each week?
No. Absolutely not.
So you don't think so last week you thought he looked worse than he did the week before?
Well, nothing was worse than the 3 interceptions, but it was almost as worse with the 2 fumbles at the goal line. Yeah. I mean, not protecting the ball, holding the ball in this hand, celebrating the play before the touchdown before it's over, and having the ball, and everybody knows you took the ball away from the. But
but what does that have? I guess what I'm saying is, what does that have to do with his quarterback?
It's not looking better, so it's getting worse. It's not looking better every week.
I'm talking about playing quarterback. That's something he has to learn. You can't do that. That's like I said, that's a teachable moment, right? You fumble, that's a teachable moment. It wasn't like he holding the ball all willing. a teachable moment. You don't celebrate or whatever. And I thought it was a great defensive play.
In middle school, man.
But
he's not looking like he's getting better every week. No, that's my answer to that question.
The way he threw the ball last week, he didn't get better than what he did the week before. So you're looking at mistake.
That's 3.
I get fumbles. No, but listen what I'm saying. I get that. You're right, but that's a teachable moment. That's what you running backs, all that people, everybody has to go through that. But I'm saying him throwing the ball, playing position quarterback, he looks better than he did the week before that.
This is where we're grading him from the floor. Like the floor is low, so you can't get lower than the floor.
But
where he is. That's where he was a few
I guess
weeks
my thing is you got to let him make mistakes. I've been saying this the whole season before he start playing. You got to let him make mistakes.
Not consistently though. It's too consistent right now. Because the defense is great. Defense is great. The defense is winning games. We have a top 10 defense.
And this
but it's going to get to a point where the defense is not going to win you these ball games.
And this is the only problem. Like Ab saying, the fact that Ab says he can't make those mistakes.
Oh.
So I get it. But you know why he can't make those mistakes? This is the dilemma. And I brought this up. I've been bringing this up all season because now he's playing with a team that really has a chance to win a division and maybe the playoffs. But that's a dilemma when you have a young quarterback that you want. Like for instance, if Stroud makes those mistakes, now listen. But this is essentially he's only played 4 more games than Stroud.
We're 2 years past this, bro. Arthur Smith is 2 years past the point where you're at, where we're comfortable with mistakes. You just said it. We have a team now where we can win. We could go to the playoffs.
Right.
Arthur Smith, this is all on Arthur Smith.
No, you're right. But I think that's
Arthur Blank and Arthur Smith.
But that's what I'm saying, though. That's the dilemma because with Stroud, as great as Stroud playing, if Stroud makes mistakes, if he throws interception, just like
it's different. They're ahead of schedule with Stroud.
No, listen, I understand that. Listen what I'm saying. That's my point. Nobody's saying this about Carolina. The only reason why we're saying this about your boy Ritter is because y'all have a chance to win. That's the dilemma. I get it. But at this point, it's like with Miami. The year with Miami, when Miami went to when they went to Tua, they had a chance. And remember, they took Tua out. Remember, one game they started him, then they took him out the game. They put in Fitzpatrick because they felt like they could have won. But he started Tua the next game. Why? Because you couldn't mess up this guy's confidence. If you feel like he's the future. Now look at Tua now. Tua had to go through the mistakes that whole year. Ritter has to go through these mistakes. It paid off. It's paying off. All I'm saying is let's be patient. Let's wait till the end of the season. See where he at. See if you see, because I think you're starting to see him play better. The other he's going to do that. He's got to go through that. He's
getting him to the end of the year. Yeah,
he's essentially still a rookie. I mean, he only.
At this point, man, it's just we're like 2 years past the rebuild, or what should have been. We're right on schedule. Well, as far as winning. And I hate that a quarterback might handicap us from winning. Well, we've had several years to go ahead and get our quarterback. And then if Ritter's not going to end up being that guy, he said there's nothing else they can do. If Ritter is not end up being that guy, where does that put us?
How do you sound, Ab? This is for the people that's listening on the podcast. Like you said, Ab said there's nothing else you can do with Ritter. Yes, it is. Wait and see. Let him play. He has to play through his mistakes. Like Montana didn't come in and was balling right away. Peyton didn't do it. Like I said, you got to go through that. Let him play a full rookie season. All I'm saying, after, like you said, after this season, then wait.
Yeah, I'm on that.
But it's hard. I get
it didn't consistently happen.
I get it.
3 fumbles, and then Sunday, 2 interceptions.
That's the life of having a rookie quarterback, and you starting them, and that's what you got to go through. That's all I'm saying.
Everybody can't be Justin Herbert or Baker Mayfield.
And look, Ab said it, and I know what Ab's saying. Okay, I know what you're saying, Ab.
Yeah, I thought that's what he was saying.
He was saying like you can't do like you got to make a change. My bad, Ab. He's just saying like
Yeah, you're not going to Heineke at this point.
right. You can't
Right.
unless you're saying we're done with him.
Right.
And that's all I'm saying is just wait. You know what I'm saying? The famous.
Yo, Ab, like you yelling at me for, man.
Hey, if y'all don't know Ab, this is the famous shaking my head. but that's all I'm saying. So all I'm saying. But let's move over to basketball, man. Because we short on time. You got the games tonight, but we talked about last night briefly. You talked about you saw something in Denver where you just felt like they just not going to do it. I saw something different. I just saw they were playing off emotion, but it showed you when Lakers battle back. They got, I don't know, man. They just got that chemistry. They got
I see how many. I know Lakers lost, but I see how they play. They're gonna play like 9-10 deep, and I just see Denver with the same 7 guys. And I know one of the guys is the best in the world, but
all right. What do you think? What did you think about Golden State? Because with Chris Paul, because I felt like it was different, and I think they're gonna have to adjust because the way that Chris Paul was bringing the ball, they're not used to that. They're not used to having a point guard bringing it up all the time. You know, usually if Draymond get it, Draymond going with it.
And that's what I want to see too when he come back.
Yeah, but with Chris Paul, he's setting it up, and he looked good. He didn't look bad out there. They didn't. It's just I think the team's gonna have to adjust, but I think it can work. I think it can work.
Is that one thing I got out of it is Clay washed? Like officially washed? I know it's the first game, so I'm gonna relax, but
I don't know, man. It's first game. It's first game.
He ain't play defense no more. I mean, he just almost looked like a liability.
Yeah, and Ab was saying Paul kept him in the game. You're right, Ab. Yeah, he did. But that's like I said, that's what you gain. Everybody said it can't work. It's still early. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing, Ab, is they small too. But I want your take on this. So it came out, you know, LeBron had 21, 8, and 5, right? He only played, I think, 28 minutes, maybe. But what's your take on LeBron coming out and saying that he said, hey, I mean, I don't agree with it. Basically, he's like, I don't agree with it. He's like, but that's what they say. You know, that's what they want me to do. So I got to abide by it. And he was talking about them playing him only 28 to 30 minutes a game for the season, trying to save his energy. Wait, before I get to you, you know what I think this has to do with? You know why I think they came up with this?
To shorten the season? Wow.
Yeah. No, because of the fact that they can't rest him like they would want to rest him. That rule. I think right. So I think that's why they're doing this. But you still got a top 10 player in the league, man. You got to play him more than 30 minutes.
Yeah, he definitely gonna have to play him more if AD plays like he did in that second half last night. I think he's going to end up playing about 32 to 33. I don't see him playing 28 though.
You think they're gonna up it?
Yeah, he's gonna play at least 33 to 34.
They got to.
28 is too low. But they are deep, but I don't see anybody else really stepping up. Like Austin Reeves, I don't think he's gonna really. It has to be somebody to step up. Like, yeah, I don't know. In order for him to do that, they are deep though. They thick, but pause. But yeah. I don't see him playing 28 minutes. No.
In order for them to win, he's going to have to play 34, 35 minutes.
Yeah.
And he still can do it. He's defying our odds right now. He still can do it. And then if you got a player you see he wants to play, let him play.
Yeah, it's LeBron too at the end of the day. So
that's what I'm saying. And I mean, it was refreshing to see LeBron say, hey, it's coaching. If they want me to do that, that's what it is. But at the same time, Rue, I'm like this. This is your league still. You might not be the best player in the league, but this is still your league. You still got reign over this league. You know what I'm, because if it's not his league, whose league is it right now? Who would you say?
Well, you said it's still LeBron's league.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's the best player, but I'm saying he's
Yeah,
still.
he has, or
Who else?
it's not any of the international guys. So yeah, it's LeBron because it's not Curry yet. It's not KD. It's LeBron.
Yeah, it's not. And besides, because right now they don't want an international player to be the face of the league, even though Joker's that guy. So, who would you say is the face of the league?
They wanted to be Tatum so damn bad. He just can't win for nothing. But I think that's who they wanted to be, Tatum. Or Ja. It was Ja too.
They was trying to give it to Ja.
Yeah.
Screw that up.
Yeah. It's LeBron. Right now, I really don't look at Bron like the face, though. I just look at him like the GOAT. Not the GOAT, but the elder statesman.
No, I don't think he's the face of the team, but I mean the league. But I'm saying it's still his league, though. He's still James.
Yeah,
earned that.
That's a good question, man.
He's earned all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ab says it doesn't matter what they want. Yeah, you're right. Well,
because face is different from the best.
Yeah, face is different from the best. Yeah. Now they want the best, and sometimes they want it like that. Like they were wanting Jordan to be the face of the league. David Stern, because they saw excitement, they saw everybody loved him, wanted him. He was global. Like he had a plan for Jordan. But go ahead. What was you gonna say?
What about Penny when Jordan kind of was stepping out? When they trying to make Penny, they weren't.
Nah,
I know he had all the commercials and stuff.
Yeah, he had. I mean, but everybody was. I think that's when everybody was.
So when Jordan went away, who was the face? Still Jordan?
Probably. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think it was. They didn't have no, because I mean, it turned to be like Elijah was the best player in the league, but he wasn't a face. Right. They didn't want an internet. I know Ab says Giannis and Joker. They don't want an international player to be the face of the league. Because if that was the case,
but it comes to a point where you might have to just.
I have to, but they would have wanted. If that was the case, Giannis would have been the face. A few seasons ago, he's not going to be the face. That's why they wanted Ja. That's why, because everybody loves Joker, but Joker is not that guy where fans coming in. He's not relatable. He's not. Yeah. So, Ab says, and Shaq when MJ left, not the first year, it wasn't. Well, you know what? They wanted Shaq. I think they wanted Shaq to be that, but. Yeah, they wanted Shaq to be there, but he couldn't get it done. They was trying to force that. But for the most part, usually they want the best player to be the face. If the best player is not what they want, then they're going to get that person who's, I ain't going to say clean cut, but somebody that he's relatable. Because I always said Ja had all the attributes he remind me of Iverson. The only reason why they didn't want Iverson to be the face back then because
the persona.
They weren't used to that. They weren't ready for that yet. I mean, that was, even with hip hop wasn't in the NBA and sports like that yet. It had just started creeping in and that persona. But when Iverson came in, David Stern said, "No, sir, we won't take that." But I think if Iverson was in the league now and say the same, he would be the face of the league. They would want him to be the face of the league because he's relatable. Ja the same way. But said Ja just has a problem. I mean, I don't know. They have a problem, man. So we'll see. But all right, man. Well, we'll see what happens tonight. Like I said, I know it's a lot of games tonight. Only thing I hate about basketball, and I end with this, in the segment with this, Rue, you got 81 freaking more games.
Yeah.
I can't, it's nothing to, we asked Coach Quinn, what does he see as a successful start to the NBA? He said obviously wins, but it's just seeing ball movement, seeing us play better, and all that. Is what a coach says. It's not. It's just not about not just about wins. So, but all right, man, we're gonna take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Have a sports injury? Need to see an orthopedic doctor? Ortho Atlanta is one of Metro Atlanta's largest orthopedic and sports medicine practices, providing orthopedic and sports medicine care for the whole family. With 37 physicians and 14 offices, the practice provides the highest level of care for injury of muscles, joints, bones, and spine. Ortho Atlanta offers convenient access to a full range of musculoskeletal surgeons and specialists. Ortho Atlanta also offers on-site physical therapy, pain management care, MRI imaging, and workers' compensation care. The Ortho Atlanta surgery centers in Austell and Fayetteville provide cost-effective, same-day surgical procedures in an accredited outpatient center. Hip, knee, shoulder, back pain? Ortho Atlanta has you covered with specialists in all areas. Same-day appointments, orthopedic care for the whole family. Ortho Atlanta, Atlanta's choice for orthopedic and sports medicine care. Learn more at www.orthoatlanta.com.
Inside the 3-point conversion sports lounge. And real quick before we bring on family, Ab says Ja is overrated. Nah, I can't see that. He said you're not going to pay attention for 20 games when football get hot in a few weeks. Yeah, you're right.
Hey, did we just skip Curry though? I mean, in a way, didn't they try to make Curry the face too?
Yeah, they wanted to, but Curry's not. He kind of was, but that's not his persona. Curry, cool. Curry just chilling. AMJ says Ja's not overrated. He's just immature. Right. And then last one, Ab says Trae Young is better than Ja. Ooh. Hey,
I agree.
I ain't mad at you for that. I agree too. I just think I agree. It just seems like, but you can see Ja just taking that. He was ready to take that next step to be that guy, but he didn't do it. Either or, man. Let's take this next step, man, to bring in some greatness of our own, man. This is Family Orthopedic for Ortho Atlanta. One and only Dr. Donnie Fowler III. What's going on, Doc?
What's up, guys? Good to be back.
What's going on, Doc?
Well, doing well. Licking some wounds from a poor football picking weekend. And I also quickly have some beef with Mr. Controversy. I don't know how much of the viewership is probably as superstitious as me, but Mr. Controversy, Saturday night, Duke Florida State football game, texts me with Duke winning, being like, I told you I could feel an upset coming.
Oh, not the
and then like 5 plays later, our quarterback gets re-injured, knocked out of the game, and we get spanked in the fourth quarter. So I appreciate that, Mr. Controversy.
Oh, so let me, okay, my bad. Let me say, the only reason why I did that because I was watching the USC game, but I had to go get something to eat for my family. And they had a game on. And when I looked at it and I saw the score, I was like, oh, okay. I think Duke was actually driving too. I was like, oh, man. And then after that, like he literally said, thanks for jinxing me. I was like, no, my bad. I ain't mean to jinx you. Next thing you know, I got to the crib. It was
mush.
It was down by like 20 points. I'm like, what? I apologize.
All good.
Apologize.
All good. I'll keep that in the bank, and in like 25 years, the next time the Bears make the Super Bowl, I'll send you a text.
Oh man! All right, man.
Much love.
What a way to start the segment, but I can't say
25 years.
By far, right? He said 25. He threw a jab and told me he was going to jinx me. But either or, man, speaking of jabs, it seems like this guy, I don't know if he could throw a jab right now. Deshaun Watson has already been ruled out for Sunday's game, still dealing with that shoulder, like rehabbing the shoulder, they said. Because he went out with a concussion or possible concussion. He cleared the protocol, so he was good, but you could see him flexing his shoulder. How concerned should Cleveland be right now? Or is this just normal because it still had an odd way healed? He came back too fast, or what is it?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be concerned. You paid this guy a lot of guaranteed money, and this has been going on now for 3 or 4 weeks, and it almost seems like there's not necessarily a clear ending in sight. They were very cryptic early on with the injury, and then they just kind of called it a contusion and soreness, and there was never like a timetable for him to really come back. And then he comes back, and I think had like 5 throws before he got knocked out, and said he just needs to rest now. And it's kind of like, well, yeah, what does that mean? Is he just resting this week and then he'll be ready to get back by next week? It's a lot of unknown. And again, when you're talking about a guy you paid a lot of money to, I'd definitely be concerned in the middle of the season with how the rest or the back half of the year is going to play out.
So, Doc, Darren Waller was limited in practice, and he's dealing with hamstring issues. Do you trust that he'll play? And if so, do you stay away from him this week in fantasy?
Yeah, I mean, Waller, very talented player, but he's had injury problems the last few years that have plagued him, including hamstring. Like, this isn't the first time he's had a hamstring. Even this year early, I think he had a hamstring, and then he's had hamstrings knock him out in previous years. So I think it's something to bear watching. He had a great game when you look at his stat line, and they made my Commanders look like child play out there. But I'd be a little concerned. Again, he has a knack for getting injured. He's already going in with the hamstring. If people watch this show, they know my feeling when you're talking about pass catchers and hamstring injuries. So, I mean, you may not have a better option, and you have to roll with him if he's active. But if you're lucky enough to have somebody else comparable who's healthy, you may want to go that direction.
Now, Cleveland Browns running back Jerome Ford had a low-grade high ankle sprain, and saying he's out 1 to 2 weeks. You explained it a long, long time ago. For the people who wasn't watching or didn't see it, listening and watching now, what's the difference? Because you see the high ankle sprain, but this is a low grade. So does it mean it's just sore, like he didn't do anything to it, or versus like when I tore my knee and made a crazy comeback, but.
Yeah. Well, and they tried to make this even more confusing because they said it was a low grade high ankle sprain. So they're really trying to mess with you. So yeah, I mean, again, a high ankle sprain in general means the kind of bigger ligaments that actually connect your leg bones, like up above your ankle, that actually connect your shin bone, your tibia, and your fibula, that outer bone. So it's a big, thick, important ligament that connects your 2 lower leg bones. So that's why it's a much bigger deal if you sprain or stretch out those ligaments rather than stretching out the smaller ligaments lower down by the ankle. So that's kind of the difference between a high ankle sprain and a regular or low ankle sprain. But this low grade high ankle sprain means that it's probably not ripped in 2, but it got stretched a little. Things are inflamed, and again, they take longer. It sounds like it's probably not a 3 to 4 week kind of thing like some of the high ankle sprains we see, but as you said, I'd probably look at like 2 weeks until he's back.
Doc, you're so knowledgeable. I always wanted to ask you, like, growing up, were you ever like break any bones? Were you one of those kids who your mom always had to take you to the hospital, or like sport injuries or anything?
Yeah, I had my I mean, I broke my elbow falling off the monkey bars when I was a kid. I broke several fingers playing football, and then the worst one was going to my junior year, my first varsity high school basketball game. I broke my ankle and was out for the season. And at that point, I kind of focused a little more. I still played AAU, but I focused on track at that point, and then ran track in college. So I had my fair share of breaks, and the last one, the ankle fracture, pushed me from basketball kind of completely into track. So I've been through it to some degree.
I just wanted to know. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ru.
Oh yeah. So DK Metcalf sat out Sunday's game, Doc, against the Cardinals with a rib injury. You would think a big joker like that, wouldn't be affected by it, nothing like that. But what do you think his status for this upcoming week's matchup? What do you think it'll be against the Browns?
Yeah, no, I truly have a lot of respect for DK. I mean, I don't know him, but yeah, he's a beast. He's gone out and run track meets against elite track sprinters and kind of held his own and weighed like 60 pounds more, if not 80 pounds more than them. So I love watching him play. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, last week was the first game he's ever missed in his career. So he's a gamer. I think he got back to essentially a full practice today with both rib and kind of some hip stuff that they've described. But just with his pattern, and I think his just overall desire and how he plays, and the fact that he's back to practice, I would expect him to be out there. And I don't think they're the kind of injuries like a hamstring or a calf or like a soft tissue thing that are going to limit him. So I would probably feel pretty confident playing him, assuming that he's active, which I think he will be.
Okay. And we have a question for the from the people watching. It was asked by Ab Stanley. He says, "What about Jalen Ramsey's injury? And as far as when will you think he will be back? When do you think he will be back, or how much longer he has?"
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one. He's a very talented player. Obviously, I don't know how much money the Dolphins paid Jalen Ramsey, but he's had his fair share of injuries too. I think they're going to be smart about bringing them back, because I assume they expect to be in the playoffs come the end of the season. And the last thing you want to do is rush him back too soon, and then he re-aggravates things, and then you lose him for the end of the year. So, knee injuries are not an easy thing. And he's an older guy, not to say he's old, but just from football terms, he's been around for a while. So I think they're going to be smart about it. They're not going to rush him back. I think he's been activated, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't think they have announced yet when they start or when they're planning to bring him back. But I think they're going to do what's right for his long-term health, and knowing that the team's probably in a good position to be playing kind of late in whatever, January, February.
Well, all right, Doc, we definitely appreciate you for that. But it is now time to get into these picks. And we're going to start with college like we always do. And Doc, we're going to give you the first stab at it. Georgia, Florida. They have Florida at plus 14.5. Are you taking that? What are you going with?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Georgia to cover. I think it was the Kentucky game earlier. I kind of doubted them and was like, they haven't shown me much, and they've been like winning games closer than they should. And then I feel like they've kind of woken up. I know Bowers is probably out, obviously, still, but I think they got enough going and have showed me enough, at least on the offensive side of the ball, that I would expect them to probably win by 3 touchdowns if I had to guess. So,
yeah, I'm right with you, Doc. I think it's a 3-touchdown victory. I see something like 38 to 14, something like that. One thing I think with this game, Georgia, I think they're going to we're actually going to see a pass rush on Mertz. Another reason why Georgia's been so good on defense this year, they're first and third down stops. Florida, I don't see them doing anything on us on third down conversions. Graham Mertz has been looking like a better quarterback since he got to Florida, but I think we sort of see the Wisconsin Graham Mertz on Saturday in Jacksonville.
Yeah, I think Florida's going to come out swinging. It's going to be tough in the first half, and I think second half Georgia's going to run away with it. So I'm with you all. Let me tell the well, we'll do the college, and I'm gonna give the our records as far as picks with the NFL. But next game, Rube, we're gonna start with you. We have the number 8 ranked Oregon Ducks going up against the 13th ranked Utah. What's Utah's name? Utah what? Utah. What are they?
Utes.
Utes. That's what it is. Utes. They have it's at a plus 6.5.
Yeah.
So, Rule, are you going with that?
You know, in previous years, I probably would have rolled with Utah. They own Oregon, especially in Utah. But it seems like a different Oregon team. It's still a good Oregon team. They did put up a good fight in that loss, their only loss against Washington. And I think, I don't see them losing again, at least in the regular season. Hint, hint. But yeah, I see them taking care of business, and I think the spread is right. I see like a 7 to 10 point victory for Oregon.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna change my pick. I'm gonna say that Utah wins.
And they got quarterbacks issues, man. Cam Rising, is he playing? Like, with him not in, I definitely
he's done. They shut him down. He's done for the year.
But what that quarterback did last week, that was a big confidence boost. I mean, I know they have USC's number, but still it boosts his confidence and the way they fought back and they didn't lie down. So yeah, I see Utah winning this game. Doc?
Yeah, this one was tough for me. It's in Utah, if I'm not mistaken, and they've overall played well. I don't know. I'm gonna stick with what I originally said, Oregon. I think it'll be close, and then Oregon scores like a last-minute touchdown and wins by like 10 points or something like that. So I think they just got a little bit more Bo Nix, etc. I mean, they've obviously had some loss or one loss. I think they're both one loss, 6-1 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. But I just have a feeling Oregon's going to pull it out. I think it's going to be a good game, but I think Oregon covers by 7 to 10 points.
All right. And now we go to the NFL, and these are our records right now. Rue is looking good right now. Rue is 19-9. Doc is behind them, 16-12, and I'm behind Doc 14-14. Me and Doc went 1-3. Rue went 3-1 last week. Doc, I don't feel bad about our picks because first they cheated the Rams, and that fourth down, he didn't get that fourth down. Rams should have won that game though. And then you're talking
about the Browns?
No, the Rams and Pittsburgh.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that fourth down sneak, that tush, whatever they call it. And then what was the other game we did last week that we lost in?
Well, the Falcons Tampa Bay game.
My God. I was trying to give Tampa Bay that game, and Tampa Bay just I don't know. I mean, they came back, but the defense, so it was like either or. All right, but it's a new week. Here we go. And Rue picked before Doc did, so he didn't cheat this time. So
he didn't.
One of the picks he didn't really want. He just picked because you went. That ain't how you supposed to do that. But it's all right. We ain't gonna say nothing about that, Doc. Either way. All right. So we have first game we have New Orleans going up to Indy. Rue, I'm gonna start with you. Who you have?
This was tough, man. This was tough because last time we saw the Saints, they essentially, didn't do really much anything. I know they scored 24 points in that Thursday night game against Jacksonville, but they were struggling all game long. Last time we saw the Colts, they put up damn near 40 points with Gardner Minshew, Josh Downs out here looking like wide receiver 1. But this is a game I think really comes down to like the defense, man. They both have a good defensive front, so this one makes it so hard. But I think the Colts get a little bit more pressure on the quarterback and make Carr a little bit more uncomfortable than Minshew. Close victory. I think 3 points maybe. Colts.
Go ahead, Doc.
Yeah, I want to try to disagree with Rue, but it was hard to find that this week. I'm going to go Colts too. Just what I've seen recently, I think they're working Jonathan Taylor back in nicely, and have a great running game going as well. Obviously, Downs is emerging along with Pittman, and Minshew is a very capable quarterback, as he's shown in the past of stepping in from the backup role and taking over offense when the starter gets hurt. So, with it being an Indy. And I agree, New Orleans has a good defense and okay, but I feel like somewhat inconsistent offense. I'm going to take the Colts just as the hotter team playing at home right now.
I almost did a rule and just picked New Orleans just for the sake because you always picking Indy, but no. To me, this is.
I did it one time.
I wanted to go with Indy. I did, but I just think, like you said, with the defense. The way they were shutting down Jacksonville the last maybe 2.5 quarters, their offense. So I wonder if Indy will struggle as well against his defense. And then it seemed like New Orleans against that good defense of Jacksonville at the end, it kind of got going. They're still figuring things out. This what kind of made me want to stay away from them, but I think you could see some things where they could say, okay, we're getting better at, and I think playing on the road, more knowing you have to focus more, I think they win in Indy. Then we have next game, Jacksonville at Pitt. I'll go first. I am going with Jacksonville. I wanted to go with Pitt. I really did, but their defense is just too good right now. I know they're going to be on the road, but their defense is too good right now, and I think that's what wins the game. I don't think Pittsburgh can come in and score. They struggled against the Rams. They opened it up later on, but I just don't think they can score against Jacksonville's defense. And I think with a young Kenny Pickett, I think Jacksonville's going to get 3 more turnovers. As Ab said, they got a lead leading 16 turnovers, this year. So I think Jacksonville keeps that up, get a pick 6, and they win the game. Rue?
Yeah, I'm right with you for the same reasons. I think I saw something where Jacksonville is one of, like I said, with Georgia, one of the best teams at third down, defense conversion rates, and Steelers is one of the worst at converting third downs, and I think that's going to be huge. I think Kenny Pickett, he's going to feel that Jaguars defense that we've seen the last 3 weeks. They held States to 3 for 19 on third down.
Yeah. Doc?
Yeah, I'll make it quick. A clean sweep. I'm taking Jacksonville, and I think Pittsburgh has a pretty obviously good defense too, but it's the offensive side of the ball that I think Jacksonville is head and shoulders above. I mean, the Steelers have some good guys, and they got Deontay back now, so they're getting some pieces back, but I still haven't seen anything impressive from that offense. And in general, the Jaguars have matched, I feel like, their defense with some great production between ATN and honestly, Christian Kirk has been killing it. Ridley's been maybe a little up and down, but Jacksonville's moved the ball, they've scored, and I think their offense is kind of the major difference between the two.
All right. And then we got Cleveland, Seattle. Doc, I'm going to let you start with it. What you have?
Yeah. For some reason, I'm going Seattle. This was one of those games that I was maybe trying to pick against Rue since he put in his picks first. But with Watson not playing, and I haven't watched a lot of Seattle football. They've somehow seems like they win games and have good talent on both sides of the ball. So. And I think it's in Seattle. So that kind of it's in Seattle, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So, 12th man, home field advantage, all whatever you want to say. It kind of pushed me enough, especially with Watson out. I don't think they have enough consistency in their offense to match Seattle. So.
All right. I'm going Cleveland. I'm like you. I was going back and forth. Kind of saw, Rue, and it kind of helped me with that. But no, I'm going Cleveland just because, PJ Walker, he's won 2 games in a row. You beat a 49ers team and then dealing with what he had to deal with on the road against Indy. And they were on the road? They were on the road against Indy, right?
No, it was at home. Both.
It was they were
I was on the road. They was on the road. They was on the road.
Oh, and for him to do what he did, to bring them back, they got the ultimate confidence in him right now. The defense is, even though they were giving up big plays, this defense is playing lights out. And I like Geno, but against a defense like that, I mean, this could cause for some mistakes. The only thing is, I'll say this: if they can contain Walker, which has been playing great for Seattle might have it. They might come away with it. But I just think that defense, and then even you sticking in Kareem Hunt, you sticking in a familiar face and knows what to do in that offense. I like Cleveland. I think they're riding high right now, so I got Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Seattle, but this is probably gonna be one of the lowest scoring game of the weekend. I see a defensive low scoring battle. I don't think Seattle could score over 20 points. I haven't seen. I mean, the last two games, I don't think they scored over 20, or maybe 21 last game, or 20 last game, I believe. I don't know, but the defense for the Browns is phenomenal. Myles Garrett looks like the defensive player of the year, but I don't see PJ Walker doing it again. I mean, what goes up must come down, right? Like, let's be real here. I don't think Seattle's a whole nother environment. I know Indy can be. I don't know, but I think Seattle's the 12 man is totally different. Close defensive game, but I'm going Seattle at home.
All right, and the last game we have is Cincy, San Francisco. This was big. So, go ahead, Ru. I'll let you start off.
Yeah, I before the news broke earlier that Purdy was out, I rolled with San Fran, but I only really roll with them because I knew you guys was going to take the Bengals. No, I'm just playing. No, I roll with 49ers, man, but I got to go Cincy on this, man. Before their bye, it could be one of those teams where, the bye week sort of messes with them, but I don't think so, because I think as Joe Burrow gets healthier and T. Higgins sort of gets healthier and the whole team gets healthier, it gets better for them and they sort of get back into their stride. I think San Fran is down low right now. They could use a bye when it comes to Debo, Trent on their line, the left tackle, and now Purdy. It's going to be difficult. They don't look like the same Niners team. I guess the media and everybody has grown a crown over this first few weeks. So I got Cincy.
Okay. I might need to switch my team now. We'll always be doing this. He always switching.
All right, you want me to keep it the same?
No. Go ahead. I feel you.
I got Cincy.
Nah, that makes me want to switch. Because this is another one. Only reason why I stay at Cincy, I think 49ers are just not playing well right now. I don't even know what the 49ers backup. It's
Sam Darnold.
Darnold. Yeah. Cincy just look like they're coming back to what they're doing. So I'm gonna roll with Cincy as well. I just think right now they're hot, so I'm going with Cincy. Doc?
Yeah. Again, I hate picking all the same as Rue, but I'm going to go Cincy. Everything he just said, all the injuries, the way they've played the last couple weeks, and we named mostly offensive players that have been hurt, but I feel like the defense hasn't been sharp and given up big plays lately too. So I think the Bengals were finding their stride, probably got a little rest. They could come out rusty. You never know, but I think as Rue was saying earlier, give me Burrow over Sam Darnold any day. So I'm gonna take the Bengals too.
It's no fun this week, man. Do we all have the same picks?
No.
Mr. Controversy is different.
But me and you are the same?
Yeah.
That's no fun.
You switched it. I mean, you
know what? I gotta Fred Warner is gonna have 2 picks on Joe Burrow. But what's my cornerback name? Hey, I'm switching it, man. Let me go 49ers, man. They're not losing 3 in a row, and they're not going to lose this one at home. Something's going to happen. I got to go 49ers.
Okay. All right.
For the sake of it.
But Doc, we definitely appreciate you We got it down, but we appreciate you for coming on, man. And
Thank you, Doc.
you have a safe and wonderful week.
All right, guys.
Next week. All
Appreciate
right.
it. Take care.
All right, peace.
All right, y'all. We're going to take one more break, and we will be right back to talk these World Series, man.
When it's tough, will you give up or will you be relentless? It's a quote from Jeff Bezos. This is the 3-point conversion with our boy, Mr. Controversy and Rue. This is K Boogie here with your food for positive thoughts. When it gets tough, is your first instinct to give up? Or are you going to push through? Do you have the will? Do you have the desire to push through and to just go after what you want? I know for me, just honestly speaking, I've given up. It was times things got tough. I was just like, bump that, I'm done, I'm quit. And I gave up on myself. I gave up on my desires, my dreams. But now, I'm not doing that anymore. Because you know why? I deserve it. And guess what? You deserve it. You deserve your dreams. You deserve the desires that you've been dreaming about and those things that you want. Go get them. Why are you counting yourself out? And why are you telling yourself, oh man, it got tough, so it's a reason that I must not deserve it? Stop lying to yourself. That's not true. That's not true because it gets tough. It gets tough because it's trying to keep you from going after what you truly desire. Remember, a diamond started off ugly, goes through pressure, and goes through intensive heat before it becomes a diamond. And guess what? You can't break a diamond. So be that diamond, be that one that goes through the ugliness, the pressure, and the intense heat, and be the diamond that you are and get what's yours because you are equipped and you deserve it. So go get what's yours. I'll check you next week. Have a great one. God bless. Peace.
Right. We're back inside the 3-point conversion sports lounge. We got the World Series rule. Phillies lost. I don't know how they lost. Rangers, that series is just, we can't win at home. You would have thought, not the Rangers, I mean, but who Rangers play? Houston, after that big win in game 5, I just knew that Houston had it was a wrap. And then all of a sudden, Texas showed so much composure, man. Like, it was crazy. A lot of people not rocking with this. Arizona, Texas. I like it though, Rue. I like it. I mean,
it is too.
Huh?
So yeah, it is what it is too.
But not just that, but it's why does it have to be? Because to me, you're not a fan of that sport if you just want the big logos, I should say. Not even the big names, the big logos.
Yeah.
You know, I don't feel like you can't say, well, this is a horrible. No, it's not. The team that won. The team that won. Right? If you got the best team in the regular season, best record, you got home field advantage. You're the best. You have the best record for a reason, right? You're supposed to be the best team. So why all of a sudden you can't win? So I think these teams prove that they're for real. They were both wild card teams, and I love it. But you tell me who when you look at this, who do you have winning and why?
I got the Rangers winning. I got them winning in 5. Because to me, they've showed it over the course of the playoffs. They haven't lost a game on the road. That's telling. That's very, very telling. And so they have the best player in the series, Adolis Garcia. They are outmatched at every position, really. Only thing they do have over the Rangers, in the only category I can honestly say, is speed on the bases. And, you know, that's important, but in the World Series, it's not going to win you a World Series. So Rangers outmatched them every category, pitching, hitting, You know, the bullpen of the Diamondbacks is the truth, though. So if the Diamondbacks do get a lead and it's going into the 7th, good luck, Rangers trying to hit, you know, those their bullpen, because their bullpen don't give nothing up. And it's been that way for a couple years now. But those middle relief guys and their closer, they don't give it up. But I don't really see the Texas starters giving it up to the when it comes to Eovaldi. Now Scherzer, he got a good start under his belt, so that's just another person to add in. Yeah, I think Rangers do it in 5, man.
Yeah, I like the Rangers. They just remind me, both teams, the way they play ball, they almost play ball like it's not just we're a home run hitting team. They play situational ball too. You know, both teams. But Rangers is just something about them, man. Like they have that grit. You got home run hitters, you got star power, and then you got those everyday players that just no names that do what they supposed to do what they do, get on base, play defense, you know. So I got the Rangers in 6.
And yeah, they gritty too. Rangers are
very gritty. They're very gritty. Well, look, man, because that series starts on Friday. Can't wait. But we hate to see you go. I hate to let you go. But we gotta go. It's time to go. And what I always say, Rue, when you hear this music, you already know what it means, or whatever. And it's time to listen to this music. Here we go. Bring back old days, man. Old school days in the station.
Yep.
But look, I gotta say it again, Rue. You hear this music, you already know what it means. The music is time to let you go. Before we let you go, we have a couple of shout outs. Stay tuned, because you might be one of them. First of all, I'm gonna give a shout out to the Almighty God for giving me the platform to do what I do, say what I say, make you upset, mad, want to give me the stop the button. God, I appreciate you. I thank you. Also, I want to thank my guests. I want to thank, of course, the one and only Dr. Fowler, because we appreciate you for coming on. Ab Stanley, thank you for the top 5 of the power rankings. We appreciate you. Looking forward to next week. Then I got to shout out to my road dog, my dog on the right of him, my guy, Roo.
Yeah, man. Hey, it's always a pleasure, bro. Go Hawks, man. Good luck this season. Last time I looked, though, they was down in 3rd, though. So, hey, I'm about to, watch some basketball. It's back, and I'll be safe out there, man. Till next week. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. Let's say go Dogs, man. I hate Florida. I don't know if you know that. I hated Florida. But either or, and I want to thank Ab Stanley for being in the chat room. I want to thank AMJ. I want to thank my guy Will. Everybody else who's listening to the chat room or watching, we definitely appreciate you. There you go. Yeah, man. Appreciate it, man. And also, I want to thank my lovely wife, beautiful, lovely children, my nieces, my nephews, uncles, aunties, brothers, sisters, cousins, grandparents. I gotta hit my grandma up, man. I ain't heard from her in a minute, man. So we gotta talk, what's up now? We talk, but we ain't really talk sports, just a lot of other stuff. Anyway, and my play cousins, man. Hey, love on family. Let family know that you love them. Love them while they still can feel it. Love them while they still alive. Eat good this weekend. Drink responsibly. Be safe. Until then, next week, same time, same show, same crazy host, same sports nonsense. When you miss me, we're out. Peace. We gotta hit a break before we go. Here we go. Out.